In today's video, I will be showing you how to make these buttery buns. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So we will be beginning with 1 3/4 cup of milk. This is milk at room temperature. Then I will be adding 7 tablespoons of sugar. You can actually use 5 tablespoons of sugar if you want, but in this recipe I use 7 tablespoons of sugar. Then after adding the sugar, I will be adding in some dry yeast, 2 tablespoons yeast. Once that was added, I used a whisk to mix it together, and I let this sit for about 20 minutes so it can proof, or it's just me testing the raising agent, which is the yeast. So like I said, I will be using my whisk to mix, and I'll let this sit for 20 minutes. Happy New Year! This is my first video of 2025. I hope the year started well. I hope you all enjoyed the festive period. It was a very hectic and busy period for me, and I will be sharing some updates on why I got so busy. So this was the combination of the sugar, the yeast, and the milk that I let sit for 20 minutes. This is how it looks like. As you can see, it shows that the yeast is working, it has proved itself, and I will be adding, after mixing with the whisk, I will be adding 1 egg, because I am very much aware my eggs are fresh, so I had no issues cracking the egg over the batter, but you have to be very careful. And here I am adding 1 teaspoon vinegar. Sorry, 2 teaspoons of vinegar. I continue to mix using my whisk. And now I will be adding 5 cups of flour, but first of all I did put in 2.5 cups first. After putting the 2.5 cups, I mixed together, and later on I added 2.5 as I mixed along using my hands. If you've watched to this point, thank you so much for coming by. For all my returning subscribers, I'm so grateful. I know I've been missing for a little bit. Like I said earlier in the video, the end of the year was very hectic for me, but I'm back like I never left, and I'll continue to be here to share great content with you. So I noticed that the whisk was becoming a little bit hard for me to use, so I decided to use my hands to mix. If you can notice, at this point I had 3 cups of flour in there. The dough is still very soft and pliable, so I will be adding the other 2 cups as I go along. You don't want your dough to be this soft. This looks like puff mixture, but you don't want your dough to be this soft. So you want your dough to be soft but not too soft. So I cleaned my countertop, my surface, and I poured the dough over. Here I am adding 1/2 cup of butter. This recipe is very buttery, so that's the reason why I'm using 1/2 cup of butter. And this is salted butter. I use my hands to mix everything. At this point, I had added 1 more cup of flour, so here we have 4 cups in here. Just continue to mix. It can take a while, but Just continue to mix because the butter is going to add more softness to the texture. So just continue to mix. Finally, I added the last cup of flour and I continue to mix. If you can see, the dough is looking a lot better. I was just using some flour to dust everything, but if you notice, the flour or the consistency is soft but not too soft, that is what you're going for. I just continue to knead for a little bit, and after kneading, I put it in a bowl and I let it rise for 1 hour. It's very important you put this in a warm temperature or in a warm area, so it helps to fasten the rising of the dough. But I let it rise for 1 hour. So I used a cling film to cover the bowl, and like I said earlier, I let it stay for 1 hour to rise. If you've watched to this point, I am so grateful that you're watching, and I hope you're learning something in this recipe. If there are some recipes that you want me to share, that you want me to bring to the channel this year 2025, please don't forget to let me know in the comment section. So this was the dough after rising for 1 hour. I just used my fist to punch out the air. As you can see, there is so much air from the rising. Then I turn over the dough on a flat surface, and using my palm, I just played around with it. This is because I want to add some butter. I'll be adding a 1/4 cup of butter, just apply it on the dough, and I will fold the dough in about three times. Fold the dough 3 times after applying the butter. I'll fold the dough like 3 times because I want to create a pattern. So that's a 1/4 of a quarter of butter. I folded 3 times like that, and I curled it, and I did braid it like I just twisted it to give me this shape. I baked this for about 30 minutes. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget, life can get bitter. Eat burns to make it sweet. Until next week, bye.